We know that day after day many people end up reporting and complaining a lot about anxiety. We know that feeling slightly anxious it's natural, but sometimes she might end up getting out of control. Mainly because of the situations commonplaces of our day after day. If you are identifying with this, watch until the end to know how to deal with anxiety naturally. Welcome to the Smart Mind channel, and in this video I will introduce you to what they are, these 12 habits that can help you deal with anxiety in a positive way. The first one has to do with the part to rest, and many people suffer a lot when we talk about having a good night of sleep. I myself have suffered from insomnia, and I know. How bad is it? Insomnia is a sleep disorder characterized difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. The consequences of insomnia can be immediate or long-term and can affect both the health, physical and mental, making us more anxious and worried. An agitated mind tends to collapse at some point, for mental and physical fatigue directly affect all the senses. Therefore, when you go to bed, empty any and all problem of your mind, as it will help you to be less anxious and you will have a great night's sleep. The second tip is to do physical exercises. We are already tired of knowing how beneficial it is. Exercise regularly, as it helps in improving cardiovascular health, weight control, and reduce in great levels the risk of developing other diseases. Physical exercise can help reduce stress, releasing good hormones into the bloodstream, and that help control anxiety and depression, in addition to improving self-esteem and confidence. If you are not a person who keeps habits exercise, start with something simple like a walk or a bike ride in some park. I'm sure that will make your mind more calm and peaceful. Try it. The third habit has to do with a simple thing and that we don't value everyday life, which is our breath. Let's talk about the 4-7-8 technique, where the ideal is to be sitting in a chair and you will breathe in air for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and at the end will expire slowly for 8 seconds. Repeat the process for a few minutes. This technique is well known as it helps to stabilize the whole organism and helps a lot in blood oxygenation, causing anxiety relief. Worth a try if you have a crisis. The fourth tip is maintain a healthy eating routine. I know it's tempting, the most diverse varieties of food we find in several places, and this deeply affects with our palate. However, according to some studies, a bad diet leads to disorders in our body, because they are connected directly with our mood, causing variations occur, as is the case of excess sugar. Nor will I cite the harm of eating too many sweets, because you already know. Look for options that are more beneficial to your well-being, body and mind, by maintaining a balanced meal. Yes, you can eat your favorite dish or candy, as long as there is a balance. The fifth tip is similar to the one above, however, it involves beverages, such as coffee and beer, or any other alcoholic drink. Coffee is the main villain in this story, because its overconsumption is directly linked to anxiety and insomnia. The amount considered safe to consume coffee varies from person to person, but it is generally recommended do not exceed 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, which equals about 4 cups of coffee. Alcohol is another agent responsible for problems physical and mental, as it is a neurotoxic substance and can cause damage to the brain, especially in areas responsible for memory, learning and decision-making. Alcohol is a central nervous system depressant, which means that it can decrease brain activity and cause feelings of sadness and anxiety. So let's pay attention to the consumption of these 2 drinks if we want to keep the mind healthy and free from anxiety. The sixth tip is directly linked to spiritual part, and it's okay whether you believe it or not. However, it has been proven in studies that do meditation as a way to connect with itself with countless benefits. Meditate can help you increase the feeling of happiness, inner peace, and general well-being, as it helps to reduce the stress response, decreasing levels of cortisol, a hormone that causes stress in the body. If you feel comfortable with the tip, look for some videos regarding meditation here on YouTube. You will find several and feel free to choose any one. The 7th tip comes from socializing. Who doesn't like having a friend or family member in which we can tell the best events and also the worst things? Well, as human beings, we are also social beings and we need everyday life. Of course, everything has its advantages and disadvantages, but having a friendly shoulder in times of crisis, it makes us feel welcomed and closer to this person, so try to get involved in a way. Quiet with people you love, because they will make a total difference in your life. The 8th tip is linked to the previous one, but now it involves the self-care part with the image itself. Are you a vain person? Like to use the best outfit whatever the occasion? Me too, so I like to take care of my hair, beard, and other things that promote good looks, because it is essential, especially in these moments of anxiety and sadness, because it makes us we feel more confident and responsible for ourselves. So whimsy in all your looks, don't be afraid to dare. The 9th tip would be to look for a hobby. Do you feel that you have some talent or something tends to surface within itself as a way to express yourself to the world? If you answered yes, great, because now you just need to understand how this will be a hobby for you. How about some music lessons? Or else some course to learn a new language? Good, whatever what you like to do, try to get involved with these issues, because in addition to meeting new people, it will make you smarter and experience new cultures. The 10th tip, practice and cultivate good thoughts. Have you ever heard a phrase that said you are what you eat? This sentence makes a lot of sense, because let's imagine that you see certain subjects that do not add to you anything in educational terms, such as some content empty and superficial that you find in droves on the internet. Initially it may be something beneficial or nice, but in the long run this ends up messing with your thoughts, causing instabilities, emotions, and bad thoughts. So the tip I give is to filter this type of content that does not add anything to your life, because you will eliminate one more factor that causes anxiety. The 11th tip is practice forgiveness. There's nothing so unpleasant and sad to have to live a life embittered and saddened by thoughts and bad memories. This makes us carry a stone in our lives, generating discomfort and problems relating to people, especially those who have hurt us in some way. As difficult as the situation is, forgive. But don't just pay lip service, but release true forgiveness so you can live a lighter and fuller life. This will bring many benefits for everyone, especially you. And the last tip is one of the most important, which is the help of a trained professional. Don't expect or neglect anxiety symptoms and depression, as one is directly linked to the other, and it's up to us to identify the symptoms, advance, and accept that we are going through some internal problems that we need to solve somehow. All these problems. Although I have given you some tips that can in fact help you, this is the most important of all in terms of anxiety, because you will need professional follow-up so that he recovers and has a normal life like this. Like everyone around you. If this video helped you in any way, I would like to ask you to subscribe on this channel, because I bring videos all week about self-help and motivation, and also share the video with a friend or acquaintance who is going through this anxiety problem. Until the next video on the Smart Mind channel, bye-bye.